Okay. You're live right now. It says we are. As long as you give me the right stream key and everything, we're good. Yeah, I'm Eben from Eben Vapes. That's about it. Nice.
Going to share this up on my Facebook.
Yeah, maybe it's good if I, kind of start off and tell you at least what we make. I'm out of New Jersey. The design center's in New Jersey, and we got 3 build centers: Ohio, Washington State now, and Alabama. So we're spread out, pretty well for the state. And right now, we currently offer a series unregulated, a parallel unregulated. We have Raptor, we have the T20, which is basically the OKL. We have the OKRs, and in January we'll be actually releasing our PWM. So that's all in 18650 configuration. We have one 26650, which is the OKL. It's a 20 amp mod, and the break of the year we'll be introducing our DNA 250 with a 2850 max amp LiPo. That's going to be new to our line. And currently we just released our stabilized wood and full resin boxes as well. And we've been getting, a really, really good response. We really can't make enough of them right now. So that's kind of how it pans out. So, basically all designs are done in New Jersey. Some builds are done in New Jersey, and most of the builds are done in Alabama, Ohio, and now Washington State.
Nice.
So we do have a website. If you try to go there, it's actually not working at the moment. We're going through this FDA age verification crap, and it's a real nightmare. We had it all up and running pretty much a couple of days ago, and there was a different plugin we needed, and it pretty much broke everything. So now we're waiting on our merchant account or our merchant 3D cart to get this plugin that we need, because the software is relatively new. So so most people can contact us through Facebook. We have an Instagram. So personal Facebook pages, of course. So there's many ways of contacting us, and if you're interested or want to talk to myself, I can put my phone number in there later on, and we can go from there.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I can't get my Chrome open, so I have no chat. Oh, but you're good to go.
I was just going to say we have 7 people watching, which is like my most ever.
Nice.
So what I wanted to show you guys, now that I know, a better understanding of how these boxes work, and I understand the terminology, so I don't sound like an idiot whenever I talk about it, and this is a very beautiful look of the inside of one of Joe's boxes. Okay, you have your safety switch up here. As you can see, I have it turned off. I always turn it off when I'm doing batteries. It's just a personal preference for me. And then you can see that we have a PCB board. No crappy sleds. And for some of the people watching who may not know what that is, that's a printed circuit board. It's a lot better than a sled in my eyes. I'm really digging this. And you can see that it has battery clips and it has shrink tube. So there is no more ripping your your batteries apart. There is no more messing up your batteries. This also has reverse battery protection. If you put your batteries in backwards, red light comes on, won't fire. And it also has, if you see right down in here, you see these
TPCs.
TPCs, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
This is basically for a short. Like if you have a short to your fire button, in a normal mech mod, you hit your button, you blow your face off your face. What this does is basically these are fuses, guys. This will open up the system, not allow it to fire until you can get your problem fixed. Then they close again, just like your fuses in your car, and then you can go back to firing. Now, as Joe has stated with me, you know, it's not perfect. You know, there is no complete safety with a unregulated box, but this is a lot of very good steps in the right direction to where some people can, you know, vape an unregulated box and not have to be completely scared of it.
Yeah, we're the TPCs, to elaborate more on them, they're what they call auto-resettable fuses. So they actually work on heat. So what happens is that when you have a tremendous current draw, like if you have a short of a battery, or even a build that might have shorted out as you're using it, because, I mean, you know, the Clapton builds today, you can easily short one wire to another. You know, anything can happen. Basically, the fuses will actually heat up and they will open, you know, to protect the mod. So basically, the mod will not fire anymore, the battery circuit's disconnected, so this way there's no more current flowing through the mod. Because if that wasn't the case, the mod would just continue to warm up and warm up and warm up until you vent the batteries out. So that's what the auto-resettable fuses are there for. So they're, you know, basically battery shorts, and also, even if you, you know, by mistake build a build that's way too low for the mod, they're there for that protection as well. So, you know, I mean, you know, so we try to put in as many safety features as possible. We put in a green firing light. So basically, you have an indicator that your batteries are, you know, working, everything is connected right. And if you put them in backwards, you get a red light. So that's kind of how we've designed our mods to, you know, have as much safety built into them. And when Rob mentioned about the printed circuit board, there's a huge advantage because your voltage drop is minimal. And what that constitutes too is that it has longer battery life. Because, you know, basic electronics, heat is the worst enemy. Heat is lost power. So when you have a sled in there, the disadvantages are, first of all, you can catch your batteries on the clips. I mean, anybody who's had a sled mod knows that can happen. Plus, you have many more soldering connections. So by having soldering connections, you also have resistive points, and it's a cumulative. So every time you have a solder joint, there's some small level of resistance added, and that introduces more battery drop, more voltage drop. So now instead of getting, you know, say, you know, 6.4 volts to your Addy in a series, you might be getting maybe 5.6 or 5.7. But that makes a world of a difference if you're in a comp environment. You want as much power as possible. So the printed circuit board has greatly minimized the voltage drop in the mods that we create. And every mod we have is a printed circuit board, every single one. We don't use any sleds. The battery clips are also color-coded. As Rob showed you before, red is positive. Whatever the other color is negative. This is actually a series unregulated. Again, the board color is different for different models. Red on the bottom, black on the top, you know. And it also protects the battery. So if you have a nick on your battery and you short out to a clip, you're going to have a vented battery. So we use PVC non-conductive shrink tubing on the clips that actually even help you just in case you get a rip on a battery by mistake.
And Badass John Vapor wants to know if he gets one of your boxes and puts it together, what does it all come with?
We have a DIY kit, and right now we're charging $60 for it. That comes with the box. That comes with all the graphics done on the box. So basically here I have a Sons of Anarchy. I have Jax on the front. I have, if I can get it correctly, the fight scene on the back. And then, I got some side graphics on mine as well. That all comes included in the price. We etched the whole box for the same price. There is no charge for the back or the side or anything like that. You get the 510 pre-wired. You get the ground tab pre-wired. You get the board. You get all of the material to fasten it down to the box. 12 millimeter switch of your style, your choosing. We use Mitex. So basically, you can have a black, you can have a stainless, you can have a brass, you can have anything you want. And the 510 that we use, of course, it's a Fat Daddy 510, and everything comes set up, ready to go. The magnets are already in the box. The magnets are on the lid. So, on average, right now, we did about a 30-run test. Excuse me, with our DIY. We're seeing an average of a half hour for people to fully assemble a box and build it, to have it fully working. Comes with a 3-year warranty, just like we have now, unconditional warranty. You break it, we fix it. Throw it in a pool, send it back to me dripping wet, and I'll be more than happy to fix it. It doesn't matter. It's a warranty against anything that can happen to the box. So that's a DIY. That will actually be introduced fully into our line the beginning of January. And
so there you go.
And I forgot to mention also, you pick the color of the box, you pick the etch, just that you got to go off and build it yourself. And when you run into problems, you can call me. I'll help you. If it's something that I can't do over the phone, send me the box, and I'll finish the build for you. It's no big deal, really.
So there it is, guys. And I must say that it is a great pleasure having Joe on with us, as well as Eben. I think he had to use the bathroom or something. We'll tell him I said that when he comes back. But, it is a great pleasure having Joe on with us. And, I have also a Sons of Anarchy box. This is Oli.
Opie.
This is Obi. I'm sorry, Obi.
Opie. O-O-P-I-E. Opie.
Obi?
Yeah,
what the hell do I keep saying?
Obi.
Obi. Oh, OB. There you go. But, if anyone's ever watched my shows, guys, I'm vaping between 6 and 8 different mods between a show. And I'll tell you what, I cannot put this down. I'm actually supposed to be vaping on another mod for a review, and I just cannot put this box down. It's just that awesome.
Yeah,
it's hard to say.
Yeah, well, we have a lot of artwork. Maybe Rob can put the links in for Instagram. But there's the roninboxmods Instagram page, and there's also Bruce Ronin Mods, which is my partner's Instagram page, that we have literally hundreds of boxes that we've done art on in there, and you can pretty much, pick and choose. I mean, there's no artwork that we can't do. So there's a ton of examples of different colors, different etches, different designs, and some people there's people that are looking to get our mods, but it's hard to really choose what kind of artwork you want because there's so many variations of everything. So you can give us free reign, and we will actually make a theme box for you if you wanted skulls or dragons or Halo or Fallout 4 or whatever. We can go off and we will actually make the box for you. We can either work with you to get the artwork you want, or you can just say, look, surprise me. So, there's many ways of doing it.
Okay. Here is coming up link number 1, and this is to Bruce Ronin.
Bruce Ronin Mods.
Yep. Bruce Ronin Mods, and if I remember correctly, he's the guy who does he's the guy who puts the artwork on the mods.
Yes. Yeah, Bruce.
Here's that.
Yeah, Bruce is in charge of sales. He is in charge of the build team, and he is in charge of all orders. That's what Bruce's function is. But again, I double and. The only overlap between him and I is when it comes to orders, because obviously I don't have the laser, he has the laser, so I can't do it here. So he's pretty much in charge of sales and build.
And here is Ronin Box Mods themselves Instagram link. Oh, wait a minute. I don't know if I copied, so we'll just recopy. You guys got to give me some time here, because I still do the copy and paste the old school way. I don't know this new 2-button system, so
Control C copies.
Control C
V.
and Control V.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah, I do not. I still just right-click, copy, right-click, paste. That way I know it
do
works.
the same thing sometimes, depending on what I'm doing. Just
Yeah, it's
depends.
good enough.
It works. I mean,
Yeah, sometimes you want to sweep a link. You're, instead of just hitting Control C, just hit right mouse click copy, and it's probably much easier. Yeah, I mean, you guys in the room ask all the questions you want. Technically there is no dumb question.
There is a dumb question. My dad taught me one day when I was a young boy, the only dumb question is an unasked question.
Right.
You cannot find out the answer if you don't ask.
Right.
it's true.
So, but yes, you guys feel more than free to, ask your questions. I mean, we got the Grandmaster, or the Granddaddy, if you will, here with us. And so yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
I was just going to touch on one thing. The only thing he does not do is children. So please, it's a freaky thing, okay? So if you say, oh, hey, I want my kid on a box, and they tell you no, I mean, you have to understand, he doesn't know whose kid that is.
Yeah.
And to be very serious, but maybe a little offensive, you could be going home and whacking off to that box for all anybody knows.
Yeah.
That's the one thing you cannot have put on a box is a child, which I fully agree with, because you don't want to give the vape industry a bad name with that either. You're putting kids on vape stuff. That doesn't look good either.
Yeah, I mean, we'll do that. Don't get me wrong. I mean, but it's like, we just don't want someone to arbitrarily send us a picture of a kid. If it's your kid, I mean, you have a picture with the kid, that's not a problem. I don't have an issue with that. But, we've had people just send us, pictures of children, and I'm like, well, is it your kid? Oh, no, it's my friend's. Or it's like, why would you want that? I mean, that's so weird.
Right.
So basically, like Rob said, we don't need more of a black eye than we currently have now in the industry.
Right.
So, we're trying to stay away from, as much drama as possible. But if it's your kid, you show me a picture with you and the kid, I have no problem making that box.
Welcome, Sam.
Just an arbitrary, just an arbitrary picture of some child, no, that's the one thing we're totally against.
And I fully agree with that, too. It's just, the vape industry just doesn't need that on the news.
No, we don't. We already have enough shit to do with.
Yes. So does anybody have any questions? Sam can't win. Welcome, Pup Stuff. Yeah, Sam, you can't win.
No Coil Master for you, Sam.
And, this is going to be, Evan, do you mind me telling people about what we discussed?
I don't remember what we discussed for sure, but no, go ahead.
Oh, but no, go ahead. Okay, so me, Sam, and I think Evan, we were going to all put money into an account, okay? And we're going to do one huge giveaway. What I'm going to do is I'm going to donate the $60 for a Ronin box mod. So if anybody wants to, get in that giveaway, part of the giveaway is going to be a Ronin box mod. You'll have to put it together, but like Joe said, if he does VC calls, he does phone calls, he can quickly walk you through it. And everybody in the world is smarter than me, and if I can figure it out, I'm sure anybody can. So, it's going to be a nice giveaway, but that's just, I wanted it to be a surprise, but I suck with surprises because I get so excited.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing a lot of people ask me about is our, our customer service. And, I stopped believing in customer service, started believing in customer respect. Because, I mean, that's the one thing I think most companies lack in this industry. Is like you call them up, you get a 1-800 number, you send them an email, and it goes into a black hole. 2-3 weeks down the line, you're lucky if you hear back from them. With us, I mean, we're accessible on Facebook, we're accessible on Instagram, and everybody who has one of our mods has my number, if not my number, and Bruce's personal numbers. So you always have a direct connection directly into the ownership of the company. You know what I mean? So you want to know, where your mod is, you want to know where your build is, you want to know what the weather in New Jersey is. I don't care. Call me. I have no issue with that at all. So people like that where they have, a lot of transparency into Ronin. And we've always believed in that because, I mean, it's like if you're going to spend your money, why not get the absolute best service possible?
Yes.
You know what I mean? And I don't know too many companies out there that will actually give their personal numbers, especially the owners of the company. And this is not because we are where we are today. I mean, we're doing, extremely well. February will be our second year in business. And as long as I'm in the company, the practice will always be the same. When
nice.
I'm, if I leave or whatever, then, Bruce can do whatever he wants. But while I'm here, everybody gets our personal phone numbers. If you ever call and I'm not available, usually I get back to people within 10-15 minutes. Warranty work. Basically, we pay for the mod to come back to us. And basically, I would say within 24 to 48 hours. I mean, we've turned mods as quick as one day. So basically, they're not difficult to fix. We pull a board out, we put a new board in. But the beautiful part about our warranty when you need an adjustment is that if you got a version 1 board and say we're on version 3, I will yank the version 1 and put in the version 3. So
nice.
we're not going to fix the old. We're always going to give you the absolute newest board we have. And how often we get boards? Every 3 or 4 weeks we have a new board. Now, doesn't mean that the version changes, but sometimes there are minor tweaks done to the board to actually improve the performance, just that little bit more. But if you send us a V1 and we're on V3, you're getting a V3 back. And, of course, there is no charge for the upgrade at all. It's, that's what you paid for in the beginning.
Right.
Nice.
And that's amazing. I know no other company that will do that. Like,
no.
Yeah. Most companies would be like, go get fucked.
Well, I mean, we're taking the board out, and and we just tell people. We have people that call us with problems, and they are customer-inflicted issues. They've done something wrong, and they damaged the mod. I just tell people, just tell me the truth. I'm more than happy to fix it. Don't play me for a fool or an idiot, because I've seen a lot of the problems. And to tell me this happened when I know it cannot, that's just tell me. Say, look, I messed it up. I'm sorry. We fix it. That's not a problem. I mean, we're not.
Go ahead.
I mean, we're not going to do it every time. Don't get me wrong, but the first one's on us, no doubt. So sometimes people need a slight educational period where they can get accustomed to the mod. They might break something. We'll be more than happy to fix it. It's not a problem. Not at all.
Nice. And so, if you guys want to take Joe up on his throat in a pool, I recommend not.
Right.
On the what?
He would, but
throw it in a pool.
No, honestly, I would fix it. Believe it or not, I have no problem.
Well, yeah,
with that.
but then that's like however much time they don't have their mod.
Yeah, I mean, I'm exaggerating on what to do with the mod. Don't get me wrong, but if you drop it, it falls off a table, stuff like that, it's all okay. You know what I mean? It doesn't really cost us anything or that much to fix a mod, so we're more than happy to do it. I mean, customer service is what's going to win the game at the end of the day, anyway.
Yep.
You can have the best product in the world. If your customer service sucks, they're not coming back. And I guarantee you'll tell a friend of a friend, and they're not coming back.
You know what? That's very true, because I have a Kangertech 160 watt that sits on my shelf now, and as soon as someone says, you want to buy a Kangertech? Nope. Because I believe my firmware is not working properly. It either doesn't read my ohms at all, or it's a consistent 0.14 when I know it's a 0.3. I mean, it's off.
Well, I mean, there's two classes of mods today. I mean, there's the China mod, which are inexpensive, as we know, and then your warranty really is nothing. And then there's the more custom-made mods where they're going to cost you a little bit more, but you got something truly the way you exactly wanted it, the color, the switch, and we only make a mod once. So if we were to receive your artwork and we actually etch your mod, we will never etch the same mod twice. Only if you want a second one just like your first one. Because the thing is, I don't believe in having 3 or 4 or 5 the same mods running around. Now, we do produce our own line of mods, because we do make our own and sell them as well. And we can use the same picture over and over because it belongs to us. But if we get artwork from a customer, if somebody said, that's the box I want, we'll say, we really won't etch you because that artwork already belongs to someone. And we have an extreme database of artwork. But, we not that we know every mod we've made so far because there's so many, but, we kind of, if we see a box and we're etching it, we're going to say, wait a minute, that looks familiar. So we try to tell people, to choose something different if that's already made. But I've never seen the same exact box etched twice yet. So that probably will never happen, but, just in case.
And I'll tell you from personal experience, the only bad thing that I can say about Ronin Mods is it's extremely fucking difficult to choose the artwork that you want.
Yep.
Oh my God, yes. He told me it would be.
It is. I thought, okay, I know what I want. It'll be, no, fuck no. As soon as I decide what I want, I find 3 other things. It's like, well, fuck, now that ain't gonna work. You know what I mean? It's extremely difficult. But I think I figured out what I want.
Rob, I got your lipo box done. I have a lipo box?
I don't know, do you?
Well, I don't know. Well, thank you. Very much.
Yeah, there's a lot of artwork out there, and it's, you always find one image better than the last. But what we found, a lot of people come back, they'll buy a series from us, and then within, 2 or 3 months, or maybe less, they'll buy like a Raptor. Because they found the artwork that they want. So they found another set of artwork that they truly want on a mod, and they'll order a second one. So we get a lot of repeat business, and usually within 2 to 3 months of them receiving the first product. And like Rob said, a lot of people who own them pretty much put everything else away. They vape on a Ronin, and they're extremely happy with them.
Oh, I fell in love with this thing.
I mean, you can take it, you can put it down to any other box, and I would say 99.9% of the time you're not going to find another one etched like yours.
No, you're not. And I just, for shits and giggles, I was looking at etched boxes the other day to see if maybe I could get an idea, see if there's something. There's nothing even close.
No.
They're not.
And this is so smooth. Like, you can't tell it's etched by running your hand. Well, I mean, I guess you can, but it's so smooth. It's not gritty. It's not deep. I mean, it's a very nice picture. Guys at work, when I was showing them the pictures, actually thought that this was sticker work. And I took it in, and I says, now you tell me what are stickers on that.
Yeah, we run a 10,000 DPI laser, so it's extremely high resolution, and the images come out really, really clear and sharp. But
yes,
but a lot of the images that we receive are not really etchable yet. So we do a lot of massaging of artwork through Illustrator C4, through Photoshop, through vectoring software. So there's time where we'll spend a fair amount of time cleaning up artwork. Just to make it etchable, because I'm not going to etch garbage on a box, because it's not worth making that box at all. If it's not going to look pristine, if it's not going to look perfect, we will look for other artwork, or we won't do it, because it's not worth putting out garbage.
Right?
I agree.
Now, let me ask you this. What if somebody wants, like, a rough, beat-up picture? Like, you might say it's garbage, but, like, I want it rough. I want it like that.
Yeah,
I mean, is that something you would consider at that point?
Absolutely. I mean, we know what looks good and what doesn't, and if we think that the image will translate well, then we're more than happy to do it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then there is, old, like I have one, here, which is basically a Chinese demon. That's sort of an antique look. This is what they call a negative etch, where I remove everything and leave the image behind. On the back of my box is a positive etch. So there is a time where I want sort of an antique-looking picture where it's almost, washed out.
Right.
So, there are times, like you said, other people might say, "Oh, that looks horrible," but that's exactly what I wanted.
Right.
That was my vision for that image from the beginning. So yeah, well, we'll do that. And if there's any question on is the image correct, we will reach out to the customer and and show them an image that is this what you're looking for? This is exactly what you want, and they'll say absolutely, and we're
Right.
good to go. So we want to make sure that what we think is perfect is also perfect in the customer's mind.
And you know what? That's awesome because, once again, like Evan was saying, I wanted to touch up on that. You just don't, a lot of mod companies or tank companies or RDA companies, when you say you get a custom one, it's still not custom. It's still not what you want. It's either the way they want it to be or nothing. And in this case, it's everything about what you want on the outside. Now, obviously, the inside is Joe's department. That is non-negotiable. That is what it is. But the outside is, that's you. That's your personality coming through.
Yeah.
And there's just not another company that I've found that allows you to really let your personality come through your vape.
Yeah, honestly, if we were to put out, a standard box, and that's all there was to choose from in different colors, our production would ramp up tremendously. We'd be able to put out more boxes because we're making the same one over and over and over and over. But there is no personality in that, in my opinion. There's no personality. So, we choose not to do that. So, instead of saying, making 30, 40 boxes a day, we might make 20 or 22 boxes a day because we're massaging artwork, we're etching different processes, we're doing the back, the front, the side. So, we don't have a standard. There is no standard box in Ronin because it's done to what the customer specifications are. So, that in one respect, any company out there, if they're sort of losing money because they're not at max production,
Right.
But, we're not putting out, the same box in a different color per se.
And what else did I want to say? I can't remember. I really cannot remember. Oh, and the different colors that they have is also on the Instagram links. I have posted in the comments. And there's a really nice orange one in there, guys. There's blue. I think I saw purple.
Yes.
So really, it's really all about what you want.
Yeah, this is like the orange one. It's what they call burnt copper. Has my Woody Harrison on it. It's a really nice color. I like this one. It's not. In the light, it's kind of orangey red. It's almost like a pearling effect on the orange. But our most popular is probably the black is number one. The dark blue is number two. And now they came out with a hunter green. They came out with a gunmetal gray, which I'm actually having one done for me. So, basically altogether there's 12. We buy our boxes from Alpine Tech, which is probably one of the biggest companies out there, 1061 milled aluminum. Great quality box, great anodization. The fit and finish on the box is perfect. You know what I mean? So we can probably get them a little bit cheaper from another companies that I know, but Alpine Tech really has the best quality box. No rattle, no wiggle on the lid, perfect tolerance. You know what I mean? The anodization is perfect inside and out. We like to spend a couple more dollars to get the best we can get.
And that's all for the customers, guys. Their whole mode, we'll say, of operating is, giving the customers the best vape they can possibly get. Shut up. So, you go somewhere else, Hexome. We'll take Hexome because they're big in mech boxes. Now, I've never vaped a Hexome. You hear the goods, you hear the bads, but the fully customizable Hexome is nothing like this, and I can say that for sure because I've looked into them.
Yeah,
and this is cheaper.
Yeah, they have their business model. We have ours, so Yeah, everybody has a different way of doing business. I
Oh,
mean,
I totally get down.
it's not that they're doing anything right or wrong, and it's not like we're doing anything right or wrong. Just everybody has their own, their own personal way of conducting business.
Michelle, you should definitely trademark that idea for when you're ready to buy. Michelle says that she goes, I could totally get down on a gunmetal Nightmare Before Christmas mod,
Hmm.
and that would look perfect on the gunmetal box.
We at Halloween this year, because every holiday, this Christmas we're not doing anything because we're just overwhelmed with everything. Our new stabilized wood line, our DNA line, new mods we're introducing, the PWM. We're just very overwhelmed right now. But Halloween we did some Michael Myers, we did some Nightmare Before Christmas. So I forget exactly which one, but we made 300 boxes, and we sold them relatively fast. And that's all we were going to make is 300, and people wanted more. But there was a Freddy Krueger box that we had done front and back. There was a Crimbus, if I pronounce it right, Crimpus box.
Krampus.
And people really ate that up. And so we try to do some, around the holiday theme boxes, but they're driven by us. They're really not driven by the customer. But if the customer wants one made custom for them, that's not a problem. So, we made 300, and that's all we were slotted to make, and we should have made probably double that. People really, really wanted the artwork we had on them. So we're very happy with that response.
And, I mean, I can't say enough good things about you guys. Like, I'm trying to find the right way to say it. And it sucks that you have to think of the right way to talk about a company, because you're so used to the status quo, we'll say. People not getting back to you about customer service, or, you're limited in your options. And now you got this company who produces a great mod, damn near perfect in my eyes. And how do you put that into words? The appreciation that you can have for a mod, and the time that they take into consideration about the customers.
Mm-hmm.
It's just phenomenal.
Yeah, when I put the company together with Bruce, the one thing I told him, I said, look, we can make mods just like everybody else can, and we probably wouldn't differentiate ourselves from the competition. But the thing is that what I don't like about the vape industry itself is the customer service available today. And I said we need to radically change that. We need to be more transparent. We need to be more available. We need to be more accessible. Because, if people can call and ask a question, they're going to go away and say, wow, I had a great experience. And that's what it's about. It's about the experience. Because you can buy a mod from anyone in the world. I mean, there's probably 1,000 mod makers on Facebook. But the thing is that, a lot of them come and go, and that's a big problem because they run into issues and they just close shop and they go away. And everybody with their mods really can't get them fixed, can't get them serviced, and, can't even find anyone to talk to. But, that by having my personal number and my partner's personal number, I mean, unless we change our numbers, there's nowhere we can go.
Right?
We're pretty much trapped. So I spend a lot of my time on the phone with people every day, emails, Instagram messages, Facebook messages. Big part of my day is done answering questions. I vape this. What kind of mod should I get from you that will give me the same performance? Questions like that. And people.
Good questions.
Yeah. I think they're valid questions, because if you're going to buy, I like our customers to be as informed as possible. You make the right decision when you have all the information. You know what I mean? I think that's very valuable in this business today. And, if the FDA knew about things like that, I think they would probably back off the vaping industry, because there are good, reliable, solid companies that are looking to do the right thing. I mean, are we perfect? No, by any stretch of the imagination, we're not perfect. But, we try to make things right 99.9% of the time.
Forkhog Vapor says you can just say Ronin box mods kicks ass. And you're right, they do kick ass. It just doesn't justify enough for me.
Yeah, Gene is, I don't know how many he has now. I don't know if it's 3 or 4 Ronins.
Oh, wow.
Gene has a few of them. Yeah, he is, Gene is very well versed in Ronin as well.
Hey, oh, that's right, because you can get their websites are like intertwined. If you go to 4cog Vapors, guys,
Right.
you can see Ronin Box Mods there as well.
Right.
Gene does juice, right?
Yes, he has 4cog Vapor, which I would tell everybody to try. It's great. If you don't like it, honestly, get a hold of me. I will PayPal you the money, and you can ship it to me. I'm dead serious. It's that good. And, the thing about Gene is we met him at a show a long time ago, and I liked his style. He was like sort of I wouldn't say a startup company, but he was like us in starting mode. And we said, well, let's help each other out. We'll advertise you. You can advertise us. And we'll commingle, cohabitate, as, 2 companies. And we've done that. And we've done that with Dystopia. We've done that with Sugar Skulls. We've done that with Vape and Scrape, where we don't care if they put their stuff on our website. As long as they can get more exposure, we also get exposure through them.
Right.
So it's like building what they call a vape community, where people can come to my website and see 4cog and see other companies and themselves, and they can go to their company and see Ronin Box Mods and other companies as well, because we're not losing anything by helping each other out. If not, we're winning, honestly.
Yes.
We have won many times over with Gene, many times over, and Dystopia and other companies. So, yeah, and honestly, it's just more exposure for everyone. It just, really broadens your audience.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Evan.
Yeah, I'm working on it right now.
He said I'm working on it.
Okay.
Well, go ahead.
I want to change this. I'm making it a slideshow, but I want to slow it down a little bit. I thought I knew what I wanted, and then I lied.
And then I lied.
I did, because we were sitting
It's
here
hard.
I knew, okay, last night I knew exactly what I wanted, and then we got here and started talking about it, and I asked you, and then I opened the folder that I have all the pictures, and I went, fuck, I forgot about that one.
And you know what? And when Joe told me, he goes, it's going to be hard to pick out artwork, I went, no.
Yeah.
Because I know what I like, and I'm very set on this is what I want, and then boom, that's it. And he must have showed me 4 or 5 different pictures of jacks of what I'm getting. I was like, yeah, I want that on there. Oh, yeah, I want that on there. Wait a minute, take that off, add that. He's like, see? Told you.
Okay, so I want to make a strange music theme box. For those of you that doesn't know what strange music is, it's the record label. Fuck me, the record label that Tech Nine made. These are all photos, and I think I want this one, the one that's showing right now, where it's him in the middle and Good and Evil looking at him. But now I want this one as well, and I can't decide. And I know I want the back to be the anthem, and I would like it to say strange music on the sides. But I don't know.
Well, if you choose 3 images that you want, we'll talk about it. I know where to put the 3rd.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry about it. If you have 3, like, even with these boxes, I tell people, we get, I have one box, so I'm not going to show it, but, a lot of people send us, like, a logo that's, like, like the middle of the lid, this little thing in the middle. It's like, it's a 2x1 format. Why not fill up the whole lid with some artwork? Maybe, if you want just a logo, that's not a problem. We're more than happy to do it. But you got all of this material to cover with an image. Really fill it up where it's, really there, and, it's you get a really, really nice box if you really fill up the lid, fill up the back and the sides and stuff like that. And we've done a 6-sided box as well, where we've done the front, back, sides, top, and bottom.
I honestly
what up, Vito?
3 boxes. I'm just kidding.
That is one thing I wanted to touch on. They also do skins, guys. So if you wanted like a really cool, one of the things I saw was a really, really cool orange snake skin, and it was badass.
Oh, yeah.
And it covered the whole box.
And it's seamless. It's almost like a wrap around image. We've done a dragon, which is on 4 sides of the box. the dragons on the lid and its wings and everything else wrap around the back of the box. Those boxes are a little bit more difficult to do because there's a lot of math involved to get the image seamless when you put the lid on and everything. But it's doable, and we can do wraparounds. We can do, like I said, snake patterns, which we've done many times. So, it's literally limited to your imagination. It really is. Because, we can pull almost anything off. I'm not saying everything, but we can pull almost anything off.
I think I'm just going to have to order 3 boxes. I do.
You know what? And I said the same thing.
I do, because I like all the images, and I want them all, but I don't necessarily want them all in the same mod. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I think I'm just going to have to order one at a time, but get 3 different boxes.
Yeah, I've done series for myself. I have, right now, 5 out of the 9 original Sons of Anarchy. I have the Opie, as you've seen. I have the Jax. I have Elvis, and the one I'm going to actually build out probably this week is going to be a Gemma box. So basically, I have her face on the side of the box, or on the front. They all have their titles, like she's just an old lady. On the back of the box is another image of her. You know what I'm saying? And then, basically just a number on the side with the Ronin. So, we do series boxes as well. So if people like, Game of Thrones or whatever, we can always do multiple boxes. If you want to buy a second one, we can just take a whole nother theme or a whole nother character. Like my new one that I'm working on now, which is going to be for Vikings. I want to do a Viking box for the series on HBO. HBO? Yeah, HBO? No. I think on Fox. Don't know exactly, or Discovery. But I actually want to get a really good, mean box from the show Vikings.
That'd be cool, too.
So, Vito has just joined us. He wants to know what everyone's vaping on. I am vaping on my Ronin box mod. Opie? Opie, is it?
Opie, yes.
Opie. And so, that's what we're talking about. We have Joe here with us. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Rob, that image you have of Opie, that was actually like a picture of the Jax that I showed you sitting on the motorcycle.
Yes.
That's actually a cropped down picture of just his face. But
wow.
You can search for that picture. It's him sitting on a motorcycle. It's a larger picture, but we can just crop an area. If there was a picture of, Jack Nicholson or whatever, you just wanted just his face or his face with a shoulder, we can actually crop out just that section. So you don't have to try to kill yourself trying to find just an image of a face. So we can zoom in and we can actually crop images as well and get just that area you're looking for, and the rest I don't care about.
And the rest.
This might work because that would be awesome, because if you could crop this one image, then the anthem should fit beside it. Like
we can crop all you want. Yeah. Absolutely.
Evan.
Yes, sir.
Vito wants to know, is that the J150?
No, this is the Maxo 315. Okay. Joy Maxo.
And I am rocking my 5150 straight jacket and my Steam Juice 240 mils, because this shit is just delicious.
Damn.
Those are the juices I'm rocking.
I'm rocking a DIY Fruit Loops with milk.
I love how you say milk. You add an A where there's no A.
Milk.
No, it's not milk. It's milk.
Milk.
M-I-L-K.
It's fucking milk, man.
Hey, I figured you guys are giving me some crap, so I saw the door and I kicked it in.
I just wish my fucking Chrome worked. That's the one thing that I don't like about fucking Firefox or WaterFox is fucking it does not work with YouTube Live.
I'm sorry.
Well, it's not your fault.
Because I was going to say, I hope I've been doing a good a chat narrator, letting you guys know when people are...
No, you're good. I just wish my shit would work right. I think if I actually go in and disable my add-ons and let it run like normal, it probably will work.
Well, it's your first show, and there's going to be room for improvement, right?
Yes.
Let's see. Well, it's not my first show on YouTube, though, by no means. I left YouTube for a reason.
Our first show.
Yes.
This is our first show, yes.
Okay, so I want to kill this one and this one as well, and I think it might work now. Because I have special add-ons that I use for my network. I didn't want to promote it, but yeah. Anyways, it makes things run smoother on my end. Now I just need to remember where I'm going. YouTube, that's right. Okay.
What are you standing on right by this feed? Okay, well, kill yourself with your skateboard in the living room, please.
Oh, fucking A, I thought you were talking to me. I was going to say, I'm not standing on anything.
No, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. That's like the other day when you were talking to your daughter, I think it was, and it had nothing to do with me whatsoever. I just happened to hear it, so I responded.
Oh, that's what that was about.
Yes.
I was like, yeah, but I'm not even talking to you. What are you talking about? You're like, you said it. I'm like, I didn't say anything to you.
I know.
I just now got that.
Or yelling at your daughter or something?
Yeah, what was she doing?
Nothing good, right?
I don't remember what it was.
You know, I have to say, I got two good kids. When we're out in public, they're perfect little angels. They act appropriately. And when they get home is when their horns come out, and that's totally fine with me.
It does work nice. So you gotta remind me, Rob, when we go back over there that I have to turn my add-ons back on.
Will do. Speaking of, we do have 8 minutes left of the show, and then we will be heading over to camp.tv, Plumes of Life Network, everybody, where we're just going to keep the show rolling. And everybody is more than welcome to stay if you want to. If you don't, thank you for coming and stuff like that. And, but yeah.
Yeah, I want to add one thing. I mean, like I said, now we're just getting into our stabilized wood line. And right now, if you go on our Facebook page or Instagram, you'll find an ad there. We are running a special for the holiday. We will actually give you a series or unregulated parallel or unregulated series for $280 in stabilized wood.
Ooh.
The mod retails for $360. We're actually running $80 off for till January 1st.
That's not bad at all.
You know, we have 65 different wood color combinations when it comes to the stabilized wood, so we have a vast selection. And you know, and I do post blocks, you know, pictures of blocks that we get from time to time that people do eat them up. I posted one, I think, on Tuesday, and by Wednesday, 5 out of the 8 are gone. They're already you know, paid for and ready to go.
Oh, nice.
So we will, you know, put up, because the thing is, a lot of people don't know, you know, the color combinations, and I only get the best of the blocks, the ones that are really colorful and got a lot of pop to them. And those are the ones that I buy and post them right away. And people are like, I want that one, or that one, or whatever. And basically, you know, once you put your finger on it, it's yours. So for $280, that's a really good deal. I mean, I don't think there's many custom mod makers in stabilized wood, even anywhere near that price.
No. And for people who don't know, and I am one of these people who don't know, what actually is stabilized wood, and why does it cost so much?
Well, basically, they use epoxy resin because they normally stabilize very soft, porous woods like burl. Burl is one of the most popular woods, but burl is very soft. So you can't work it. So by impregnating it with resin, pretty much you turn it into almost like a petrified wood where it can be worked.
Oh, like a rock.
It's technically, you know, not as hard as a rock, but the resin is like, you know, the material is super strong. It's stronger than plastic, and it makes, you know, the material workable. So you can turn it into a knife. You can make bottle stoppers. You can make box mods, of course. So where the expense comes in from stabilized wood is that basically not many people can do stabilized wood. You know, the people's time to mix the epoxies and, you know, and stabilize the material, it does require some time and effort. But it's just a rarity of the stabilization of the wood that actually costs and has a premium on it.
Okay.
But, you know, you can get a stabilized wood handle knife and you can pay hundreds of dollars for it because it has stabilized wood material on it. But you can stabilize many different woods, but normally it's the porous soft woods that are normally stabilized.
Okay, great. I never knew what that was, and people will try to explain it to me, and this one kid told me they basically just put clear coat over the wood.
No.
I said, well, I can go get a piece of wood and put clear coat on it for a hell of a lot cheaper than what's going for online. So, but yes, thank you for that explanation.
Yeah, it's like this one here. This is actually a maple.
Yes, sir, Sam.
And then on top of it is actually the resin that they pour in. So they have a piece of wood in a mold.
Oh,
and then they pour the resin on top, and the resin hardens like a rock. But at the same time, it also goes into the pores of the wood because it's actually vacuumed. So they extract all of the air out of the chamber, and it forces all of the resin into the nooks and crannies of the wood.
Okay.
So it impregnates the wood with the resin material, which makes it stronger, sturdier. There is no shrinkage. There's no contraction of the wood between humidity and dryness. You know what I mean? So it's not going to swell, and it's not going to grow. It's not going.
So the temperature really doesn't have an effect at all anymore.
Means that it's not going to suck up juice neither if you over drip, then, right?
No, absolutely not. Absolutely not, because the wood is impregnated with a plastic resin.
Nice.
So that's the whole thing, and it, like I said, it's not an easy process, and not many people are in the business of stabilizing wood. You can you can do one block at home, but the process is so fast. I mean, once you mix the resin, the part A and part B, you have a very limited window of workability. Very limited. So if you want to do swirling and put in pearls and put in silvers, you got to really know what the hell you're doing. Right. If not, it's just going to be a big fuck up. It's going to be a big mess.
So now I can actually appreciate those boxes and their cost, because I never knew exactly what it was. I just thought it was, a piece of wood that was painted and, clear coated, and I never saw the point in that.
No, it's like when you do resin, and also what the vacuum chamber does is actually extracts all the air bubbles from the material. Because the thing is, when you have an air bubble, you have a void. And actually the void can crack. The void can actually split the box in half. So you want to extract all of the air out of it. You know what I mean? It's like cement. Nice. You don't want to pour cement and have holes in the cement because it's going to collapse. Right. You need it to be dense. And that's what they do with the vacuum chambers for resin.
Very, very nice. So that is actually all the time we have. We have about a minute left. And I want to give Evan enough time to turn his thingies back on and switch us over to...
It won't take me but 2 seconds. But
okay.
Yeah, I mean, if you want, put my number in the room. That's fine. People can contact me if they're interested or have any questions. I'll be more than happy to, to field any questions you have.
Here, I can get to it quicker, probably, Rob.
Yeah,
I'm already on it, man.
You guys are not even customers, and you have my number, right?
Right? Boom! Beat you!
There you go.
Fucking barely, you bastard.
Yeah, and again, I'm accessible on Instagram. Give us a follow. I highly recommend that because basically we do post a lot of new work on there. We post a lot of new boxes on there. We do put messages out from time to time. So, I mean, it's a great place to get a lot of information. But our Facebook page, I think, has even more information than Instagram.
Yeah, their Instagram pictures are awesome, and the Facebook has the information. So I highly recommend utilizing both websites, actually. You can use Instagram to find some artwork and say, ooh, I like this combination or that combination. And then you can go to Facebook and, get the info.
Yeah, and we ask people, if you're at a shop and, you have one of our boxes or you talk to the owner and say, take a look at these guys. Honestly, if you were to get us a shop and we got our product in there, I mean, I'll be more than happy to take care of you, and you'll be taken care of very, very well. So, we always tell people if you can spread the word for us, I mean, we're very appreciative, and, we'll definitely do something for you big time.
And that I can vouch for.
Right. So, we're actually past time, so I look forward to seeing everybody over on Plumes. And we
Oh,
will see
sorry,
you
guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joe, for coming. Thank you, Evan, for coming. It's been
You
fun
already
as always.
My pleasure.
And
Whenever you need me.
we'll see you over on Plumes of Life.